one of my concerns with respect to the house price boom that is a global phenomenon. Irrespective of how governments come to the conclusion of how great their economies are, fundamentally, if people aren't producing, as in applying learnt skills to tangibles, and they are somehow managing to buy things because they're being given money which they didn't otherwise have before. Now, that can be only generated through debt. And even if you could turn around and say, oh, well, rates are so cheap, it's like, okay, so are we assuming that they're never going to go up? It's like, oh, well, rates can never go up because everyone would go broke. And you go, that is possible. You can have a great percentage of people go broke. And if that is the deleveraging that happens, it'll be touted as great economic policy when people go broke slower over a longer period relative to what will be sold as what could have happened, huge catastrophe. And well, that's all very good if you're one of the ones that survive, but if through this period you've stacked on all this debt because you believe that the government is never going to let it fail and the monetary system can't collapse, look, each to their own, but I personally wouldn't be relying on the government to save your ass. But even if you do have them continually save it, everything will just continually get more and more expensive if things aren't allowed to fail. So even if you say, oh, property always goes up, so I should get in now, you go, fine, that's over time, but it does dip in between and you can drown between the waves. So it's all very good to say, oh, well, they can't put the rates up because everyone will go broke. It's true. But there's other methods to slowly drip feed it away from you as well, which includes prices going up. That's called inflation. And if prices go up 20% and your rates go up 10%, you don't need to worry about interest rates going up because your buying power is reducing ongoingly. And that's all under the presupposition that you've got the income coming in. If you don't have income coming in, how long can you pay any debt for anyway? So while everybody's stacking zeros onto the ends of their assets globally, where do we think this is going to end? It has to be deleveraged in some shape or form, and that's just a fancy ass way of going, well, some people are going to go broke. But that seems to be something that people think happens to other people. So if you wanted to measure what your true worth is, measure how many days you can survive without any income and any assistance whatsoever. And look, it's probably, maybe 2 days that people can survive, because how much water do people have in their houses? How long can you really survive by yourself without someone or something jumping up to save your ass? And that should probably how we all measure our true worth, is how many days you can go without any intervention to maintain your survival. That's probably your true wealth. Food for thought.